Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Let me give you a little book update. So I am currently reading Fright Night by Martin Stoffels. Stoffels? Sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. So this story follows Sophia and a group of her friends. They're going to Fright Night, which is like, think of those like those corn mazes where they jump out and scare you kind of type of deal, but everything's getting too real for Miss Sophia and her friends, and they're forced to face like the greatest fears, but suddenly it's getting too real. Like I said, it's getting a little too real for them. But yeah, I am almost done with this book. I think I have like 90 pages left, 94 pages left maybe. It doesn't go by chapters, it goes by the names. But I'm on page 109 right now, so I really want to finish this and start a new book maybe tonight. But I really like it. I really like to read some of her books for like a quick read. This book is made for like the young readers. I think it's more YA, I think. I could be wrong, but like I said, it's a very quick read, kind of slow. I think I started this like a few days ago, but I'm a slow reader and I get distracted by everything, and of course, you know, life. So I'm almost done and I kind of want to finish this now, so let's get back to reading. So I kind of just want to jump on here and do like a little mini book haul, because this past weekend I kind of went crazy. I normally buy like 1 to maybe 2 books at least, but I went thrifting, and let me tell you, the thrift gods were by my side that day. Thank you. But not to be so dramatic, but I really did find some really good books for like pretty good deals actually, which is kind of crazy. So why not get into it? Because you know, I'm gonna talk a lot. Let's go. So the first set of books I found was this one. It is by oh my god, I'm gonna say his name wrong. I am so sorry, dude. Conagidin. I found War of Roses, the series, and then this one, I don't know where this one falls into, but more on this later. More on these two. So these two are series. I am missing a third one out of the series, which is totally fine because I'm a slow reader, so it's gonna take me a while to get through these. So the series follows King Henry VI. Once he receives the throne, he received a new name called the Lamb. Unlike his father was very, you know, war, battle. But you know, very chaotic, I guess. And so people kind of see him as weak. And knowing that, there was a secret trade going on between France and the British territories for a royal bride. And so the rival royal line, the House of York, sees this chaos brought on Henry's weakness, and so decide to challenge the king. So King Henry and his supporters need to try to save the kingdom before it's too late. And it will probably, yeah. That seems very interesting, and I'm trying to step out my comfort zone because I read a lot of mystery thrillers, horror books, because that's more up my alley. But this one seems so interesting, and I cannot actually wait to get into this. But yeah, and like I said with this one, I don't know where this one falls into. It says this War of Roses, but if you look right here, it is called Ravenspur, Rise of the Traitors. But this follows King Henry the Fifth, Fourth. So it follows King Edward after he is driven out of England with his wife and children. They were forced to House of Lancaster to get back into their normal life, but he will not back down. So him and his brother are trying to find what's going on, but they can't trust anyone. They can't, because of what's going on. Honestly, I really don't know where this will go, but what really caught my attention, not only because it says the name title as the other books, this what caught my attention. There will be a silence and the mourning of queens. There will be a self-sacrifice and a terrible portrayals. 2 royal princes will be put to death. There will be an ending, and a new royal house will be stand all over them. Caught my attention. I was like, so, basket, let's go. So once again, I don't know where this falls, but probably once I read these and look more into this one, I'll probably see where it goes. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited to read those. I think these are the only books really that are really out of my comfort zone. So, and then the rest of are all mystery thrillers except for one book. So the next book I found is Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Saffron. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, please. I know I'm saying their names wrong. Ugh. This book follows Daniel, I cannot say it, so I'm gonna put it here. A book dealer's son who mourns the loss of his mother. He found a mystery book called The Shadow of the Wind by Julian Crox. But he sets out to find more works by this author, but he's shockingly discovering that someone is destroying every book by this author, every copy by this author. So in fact, Daniel may have the last Crocs book, I'm sorry, of the author to ever exist. So soon Daniel's seemingly innocent quest opens a door into Barcelona's darkest secrets and an epic story of murder, madness, and doomed love. Up my alley. That seems interesting. Honestly, what caught my attention when I first got the book? Cover. I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I will. I know. It's so beautiful. And what really caught my attention about it is because how it is. And knowing that I have a magazine, I always have it put up in a certain way so I can show the back of it. That's my dog. That's what I was saying. The cover kind of gives me the same vibes as the magazine I have. And knowing that right here, the epic story of murder and madness and doomed love. And I put it in my cart. Let me show you that magazine I'm talking about. So I said this is about the vibes it gave me. This is from the world's most haunted places life magazine. I know I'm a spooky girl and I like to read about spooky things sometimes, but I love this back photo so much. I always have it framed. Just the spookiness, the mystery just behind this photo. I don't know. It just seems it's hard to explain. I love it. And honestly, this takes it in London. And this book is based in Barcelona. And this photo was taken in 1947. And what's going on here is in 1945. I'm gonna picture this in my head, but for Barcelona set. But can you guys kind of picture it? Or is it just me? It might be just me, to be honest. But yeah. And knowing that, what I did not notice until I came home is Stephen King wrote a little review on this book. I really didn't see it until I, like I said, I got home and he wrote one right here, and I was like, what? Stephen King is probably one of my favorite authors. So normally when he writes a book that he likes, I most likely might like it. Or just, you know. But I'm really excited to read that one. I honestly, I'm tempted to read this after my next read. But I don't know. I have so many books that I need to get through. So the next story I found is by Tim Tingle. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying this author's name wrong. But it's about how I became a ghost, a Choctaw Trail of Tears story. Choctaw? But this story follows a boy named Isaac who sadly does not survive the Trail of Tears, but he will be telling us stories of other people, I believe. Other people? Not just him, but it follows his story, but also follows a tough-minded teenage girl, a shape-shifting panther boy, a lovable 5-year-old ghost who only wants her mom and dad to be happy, and Isaac's talking dog, Jumper. So this discussed the importance of overlooked piece of history. So we'll be hearing a lot about this. I'm very excited about this book, honestly. And I believe this is a YA book. So I looked online and saying this age range goes from 9 to 12-year-olds. So I think this is a YA book. So I'm very curious how he writes it. And yeah, it seems very interesting, and I feel like I might cry a little bit. I know I am. Yeah. So I'm very excited to read this next. Honestly, there's a lot of books I want to read, like this one. Out of like the bunch I just recently got, this one and another one out here, but I have like 3 I'm also looking at on my bookshelf. The next book is by George Catlin called The North American Indians. Once again, I'm sorry if I'm saying their names wrong. So this story, So this story follows George Catlin and traveled among the native people. So he's going to many different tribes and living with them for a few days and kind of learn from them, I guess. He's learning from them and he's telling his story, his journal. So I'm pretty curious of how he mentions all these native tribes. I'm gonna put a list of who he. Let me scroll over this way, so I'll put the list here of what tribes he visited. Cause I know I'm gonna butcher all their names, and yeah. So here's all the things, and I'll put the backing on my face right here, or I'll put the backing here so you could read it if you want and just pause it. But yeah, I'm very curious of what he says about these tribes, and why not look at a different point of view of a guy. I don't know, but it's another little history book. I do like to read history for days when I don't want to read my mystery thrillers and all that. So I'm very excited about that. And the next set of books, which I'm very shocked I have in my hand right now, because like the covers, chef's kiss, but the covers are probably like my favorite thing out of all these books, especially now seeing the what do you call it, the republished of the covers of today's. So the first book I have is Stephen King, Carrie. Can you please talk about this cover? I don't know about you guys, but I really do like this cover. Like, I was so excited to find these, because they're all by Stephen King. So I feel like everyone should know about Carrie, but if not, I'm gonna give a little rundown. So Carrie is the odd one of school. So she never really is the popular girl, as you could say. but she noticed certain things around her house, her life, that a candle would fall, the door would open, and she discovered she has little powers. Who knows? But one tragic night for prom, something happened, and everything kind of went chaos after that. I hope that makes sense. To me, it makes sense in my head, and when I kind of say it out loud. But probably when I run it back, I'll be like, girl, you don't make sense at all. I'm like, yeah. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I'm excited to read this. I actually have not read none of these books, of course, but I watched the movies. So I'm pretty excited to see how they are based on books and not the movie. So the next book I have is The Shining by Stephen King. The cover. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Pause on The Shining. Let me show you Carrie's hardcover. You got this nice maroon with this black and little gold spine. There you go. I cannot think of it, but I really do love this cover. And once again, The Shining by Stephen King. Love the cover. I don't just cover. There is still sticker residue. I want to try to take it out, but I'm too scared to rip the pages or something. Pages or rip the cover. But this green, I love. I don't really like the spine. I wish it was like more put out, but the colors just work perfectly. I love it. So if you guys don't know the Shining story, I'll try to give best rundown. So The Shining, a caretaker and his wife and son moved into this hotel, right? Yes, hotel, and he sees that as a great opportunity for him and his wife, his son. But his wife is like, I don't see it like that. I see it differently than you. She don't feel like, no. She feels more lonely than she ever felt. The boy, he keeps seeing things in this hotel, and he's feeling not the best, and crazy things go on because he keeps seeing everything. Fun fact, I just realized this in my magazine, The Shining Hotel. The Shining. Oh, duh. But yeah. So I'm excited to read this. Once again, I watched the movies, never really read the books. I know, and I'm like, he's one of my favorite authors. Next book. Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I really, once again, wait, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to show you. Josh, you need to remind me to show you the hardcovers. Okay? Got this mustard-ish yellow. I wish it was like this. The Shining. But the black with the gold detailing, his name, and the title. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next book. Same lot. Stephen King. Cover, beautiful. What else can I say? You got this orange, burnt orange kind of, with the red outline of the white, with the little picture of Same Lot in the middle. I don't know if did you see it. I love it with the plain back. Oh, this cover. I just recently looked at the cover for this because yeah, this one I prefer this one. It's so beautiful. So this story follows Ben. Ben Mears returns to Salem Lot, hoping to cast out his own devils, and found instead a new unspeakable horror. A stranger had also come to the lot, a stranger with a secret as old as evil, a secret that would wreak and resent horrible harm on those who touched, and in turn on those they loved. All would be changed forever. Susan, who love for Ben could not protect her. Father Callahan, the bad priest who put his erode faith to one last test and mark a young boy who sees his fantasy world become reality. The ironic proves the best equipped to handle the relentless nightmare of Salem's Lot. Cannot wait to read this. And thank you, Josh, for reminding me. Once again, plain black, a little damp, but it's okay, it's okay. Has extra loving. Salem's Lot, his name, and a nice red color. But can we talk about this spine though? I love the spine. Like, so the next one is also by Stephen King. And fun fact, I was gonna buy this book when I went to town at Barnes and Nobles, because I've been wanting to read this book, and I was like, ugh, I should just get it. And it was like $19 for a paperback, and I was like, ugh, I'm gonna wait until on sale. But now I don't need to, because I have it right here in my hands, so I can read this. But it's Needful Things by Stephen King. Cover. What else can I say? Amazing. Chef's kiss. You got this mustard yellow, red with the blue. Kiss. Shadow person. Spine. Ooh. Sometimes I want to say I don't, but I really do like the spine. This one and these two are probably my favorite. So this follows Leland Grant. He owns this store called Needful Things. But if you want something, he got it. But there is a price to pay. For Leland Grant, the pleasure of doing business lies chiefly in seeing how much people would pay for their most secret dreams and desires. And as Leland Grant always points out, at Needful Things, the prices are high indeed. Does that stop people from coming? Or does that stop people from buying? So, just with that, you know, crazy things go down in that store. Which also kind of reminds me, the store. What's his name? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. That book, crazy beyond crazy. I do recommend that book, but at the same time, check the trigger warnings on that book. Amazing book for me. I feel like I think I rated that book 5 stars. But I cannot wait to read this, and I'm so happy I have it. Yeah. Oh, let me show you the hardcover. I think this one's my favorite hardcover out of all of the Stephen King's. So simple black, more gray black, and then right here, but the cover right here, SK him. Ooh. And here's the spine of the book. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Love it. But those are all the books I have found. And yeah. And I hope you guys liked my little mini book haul. Sorry if I don't explain things the best way. I have a hard time explaining things. Yeah. But I did find 2 records also. So that's very exciting. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed my little mini book haul. And sorry for talking, but sorry for just keep rambling like what I'm doing right now. But I'll see y'all later. So I just finished Fright Night, and I just washed my face, so I'm gonna tell you while I do my skincare. So I really like Fright Night. I rated 4 out of 5, which is still amazing rating. Honestly, there's a twist I did not see coming, because I had a whole different plot line in my head, like a whole different plot. And when that happened, I was like, what? Okay. Because let me tell you, the plot line I had in my head was totally different. I am using this Boreal New York. It's a Beat Glow Boosting Serum. Oh my god, I'm sorry. But the book was really good. It's a really quick read. I started this on the 24th of February, and I just finished it at the end of the month of February. So a very quick read. I definitely could have finished it, but you know, life gets a hold of us, so I didn't get to finish it very quickly. And knowing that I'm a very slow reader, so but I definitely do recommend this book for like just a quick read if you're into like the younger generation of mystery thrillers. But definitely recommend. I'm gonna go in with this Innisfree toner. I lost the cap. That's a lie. I know where the cap's at. It's under the shelf, and I don't wanna move it. I honestly still don't know what to read for my next book. I have a few in mind. But not even, I don't know if I want to read like a long one or go with like another short story-ish. But I don't know. I really don't know. I have a few in mind. I will show you after I do my skincare. And then for moisturizer, Dewy Tree Ultra Nourishing Snail Cream. I really like this. This moisturizer does not leave me dry. So, Fright Night follows a girl named Sophia. Her and her friends decide to go through like a little haunted maze. But it not just follows Sophia, it follows a boy named Dylan. And it kind of goes through his story, and we're going to find crazy things about him. And like I said, I had a whole different story plotline in my head, and that just went out the door. Normally, I'm kind of right about little twists and turns. Sometimes. This one, I really wasn't expecting. I don't know if it's because I was just reading it to read, or I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, definitely 4 stars. So now I'm gonna go find the next read, but I think I'll find that tomorrow or maybe later tonight, and I'll update you guys maybe tomorrow or the next day or whatever, because it's already about to be midnight and I have to go do stuff tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, after my skincare, I am gonna tell you about the books I have in mind. In reality, I really have 2 that I really want to read, potentially 3, maybe 4. I kind of want to read, I guess you want to say, my TBR. I'm a slow reader, so the first book is The Hunger. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Please correct me down below if I'm saying their name wrong. I'm gonna just read you the synopsis so you can get the feel of them, and yeah. So evil is invisible and everywhere. That is the only way to explain the series of misfortunes that have plagued the wagon train known as the Donner Party. Depleted rations, bitter quails. Sorry, I feel like I always say that wrong. And the mysterious death of a little boy have driven the isolated travelers to the brink of madness. Though they have dreamed, of what awaits them in the West. Long buried secrets begin to emerge, and distant among them escalates to the point of murder and chaos. As members of the group begin to disappear, the survivors start to wonder if there's really something disturbing and hungry waiting for them in the mountains, and whether the evil has unfolded around them may have in fact been growing with them all along. Which seems so interesting. Like, even the awards, it's saying the best horror novel. Okay, fine. Knowing that Stephen King wrote a thing right here saying, well, he not just wrote this, but deeply disturbing. That's what caught my attention, was not only this and this. So that's me. Like, I'm in something mood scary. But yeah. But the next book is The Troop by Nick Cotta. This one, I just love the cover. The spine, beautiful. So let's get on talking about the synopsis. Once a year, Scoutmaster Tim Riggins leads a troop of boys into the Canadian wilderness for a weekend camping trip. A tradition as a comforting and reliable as a good ghost story around the roaring bonfire. But when an unexpected intruder stumbles upon the campsite, a shockingly thin, disturbing pale, and a viciously hungry Tim and the boys are exposed to something far more frightening than any tale of terror. The human carrier of the bioengineer nightmare, a horror that spreads faster than fear, a harrowing struggle of survival with no escape from the element that infected or one another. Sorry guys, it's about midnight. I'm kind of tired. But these two, come on, like, I don't know what to read. So the other book that is my other maybe is A Shadow of the Wind. I kind of did give you a little the synopsis about it in my little mini book haul, so I'm not going to talk about that one because that one's more of a maybe. And the other maybe is Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. So once again, the synopsis is: when Chloe Davis was 12, 6 teenage girls went missing in her small Louisiana town. By the end of the summer, her own father has confessed to the crimes and was put away for life, leaving Chloe and the rest of her family to grapple with the truth and try to move forward while dealing with the aftermath. Now, 20 years later, Chloe is a psychologist in Baton Rouge and getting ready for her wedding. While she finally has fragile grasp on the happiness she worked on so hard to achieve, she sometimes feels as out of control of her own life, as troubled teens are her patients. So when a local teenage girl goes missing, and then another, that terrifying summer comes crashing back. Is she paranoid, seeing paralyzed from her past that aren't actually there? Or for the second time in her life, is Chloe about to unmask a killer? These are all good books. I really don't know which one to read. I have 2 mystery thrillers. I believe this one's definitely a mystery thriller. This one, I believe, is a mystery thriller. It gives off the vibe mystery thriller. And then 2 horror books. I'm reading more in these two. So I'll probably update you guys later in whatever book I'm reading. But yeah, it's midnight. I need to go to bed. So I'll see y'all later.